Good morning.
Good morning.
Have you ever woken up one morning and thought, I wonder how long it would take to get round all 45 stations on the Docklands Light Railway? Well, today is one of those mornings. It is our plan to cover all 45 stops on the Docklands Light Railway in the shortest possible time. It is a known thing, people do record their times. It's not recognised by Guinness, but there is a link on the screen right now and people have recorded their times. The fastest time, the leaderboard is going to be shown just here. The fastest time is a chap called Hugo, 1 hours 48, which is insanely impressive. Jeff Marshall did it 5 years ago and he did a time of approximately 2 hours and 5 minutes. Shout out to Jeff Marshall if you're watching. I've got a present here. Tristan's not seen this. Would you like? Can you guess what this is? Have a look at what that says on it. Bearing in mind, we've waited a long time to do this challenge, to go to London and do the DLR challenge. This is a specially made t-shirt. Can you hold it up to the camera? And that's what we're going to do. We're going to head to Lewisham first. Once we're on the train, we're going to do another video to show you what our plan is. In the meantime, please do subscribe to the challenge. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Comment, link, subscribe. We'll be very grateful. Thanks very much. We're going to talk about our route today. So we've started our adventure at Lewisham and we're heading north on this branch. We can only go as far as Canary Wharf because this is a bank train. So we have to change at Canary Wharf for a train up to Stratford. There's one coming the other way. And then at Stratford, again, we have to make another change and go to Stratford International. From there, we stay on the same train and go all the way down to Woolwich Arsenal, and from there it gets a bit complicated because the two lines are on two different sticks like legs of a spider. We have to somehow get across to the Beckton branch, and the way that we're going to do that is we're going to catch an Elizabeth line train up to Custom House. From then we are then on the Beckton branch. We're going to go down to Beckton, then change ends and go all the way back up into central London via Poplar. And then you've got a tricky bit at the end to complete. You have to do Tower Gateway and Bank, which are both dead-end platforms. So that's going to be how we're going to be our finish. We've done 3 stations so far in a time of 3 minutes. So it's looking pretty good so far. Canary Wharf, which in itself is a fantastic station. It's like a cathedral. Canary Wharf is one of our favourite stations on the DLR. The time, we just have a time check, 18 minutes to Lewisham to Canary Wharf, 18 minutes so far. The bad news is we've just missed the Stratford train, so we've had to wait here for a few minutes, but we can see it coming. It's just there. So that will come in here, terminate and then go back that way, and we're going to head up to Stratford. When you look at it on the map, we've actually achieved quite a lot, but there's still a lot to go and there's lots of complicated changes, but we're doing okay. Just going to point out this is really cool. So this has just been put on here for a bit of fun, and children can, there's a drive, so children can pretend that they're driving and press the buttons, which is a really cool feature. So if you are ever on the Docklands Light Railway, some, not all of them, but some of the units have got this pretend driving panel, so you can pretend you're driving the train. The next station is, I don't know, we've just left All Saints, just going to refer to the map. The next station is Langdon Park. Greetings from Stratford. This is our second change, and if you're curious about the time update is just coming up to 40 minutes now. So we've just come in at Stratford up there, which is platforms 1 and 2. Platform 16 is going to Stratford International. On the board it says we've got a 2-minute wait, so that's not too bad. And then what we do now is we go up that way to Stratford International, which goes under the massive shopping centre. And then we stay on the same train at Stratford International and head back that way on that platform there, which is going to Woolwich. So it's going all right. I can't tell you if it's going to be a good time at this stage, but we're doing all right. It's going okay, going okay. This is Custom House. You change here for the Excel, the massive exhibition centre which is just up there. So we've just used the Elizabeth line to travel from Woolwich to Custom House. We're now on what we call the Beckton branch. We've got to go down to Beckton and then change ends and come back into central London. But the finish line is kind of in sight now, because once we get from Beckton, we go out towards central London. That's kind of where we need to be. So we're looking all right. The timer, I can't show you the timer at the moment. It's around about an hour and a half. So we're kind of onto the final stretch, apart from a little tiny bit at the end. But apart from that, just leaving Beckton, we've just had to double back on ourselves, because where we boarded this was not at the end of the line. So we've had to go down to Beckton just to get that bit of track. Just had a really interesting conversation with the PSO. I think it's PSO, member of staff, that the reason why a lot of the good times on the DLR challenge are pre-COVID, because if you look at the top leaderboard, most of the top names are pre-COVID, and there was a slightly more intense timetable then. So if anyone wants to do this challenge, and we highly recommend you do, if you did want to do this challenge, just bear in mind you're probably not going to get sub 2 hours. We're already on target for about 2.5. We think that a time of sub 2 hours in the current era is probably impossible, because there's less trains since COVID. There's the frequency of the timetable is less, which is really interesting. But nonetheless, we're still having a good time doing the 45 station challenge on the Docklands Light Railway. So far we've done 37 stations and we've only got 8 stations left. We've got to go to Tower Gateway, then back up to Shadwell and then down to Bank to finish. So we really are on the home straight now, apart from that little unusual bit there. This is Beckton Park. We are at Tower Gateway, 2 hours 20, and we've still got, well, we've only got one station to go after this, but we need to go back to Shadwell to change and get one to Bank. So we're not going to do under 2.5 hours, unfortunately. But I'm starting to feel a bit weary now. You can probably see I'm looking a bit tired. We are, he looks happy, but yeah, it's been good, but we're almost there, almost. But this is, if anyone does this challenge, the bit between, the bit including Bank and Tower Gateway, that is the tricky bit. This now is our final leg. We're just heading down to Bank. We've got good news and bad news. The good news is we're almost finished. The bad news is we were hoping for sub 2.5 hours, and as you can see, 2 hours 32. Just going to go into the tunnel underground, and so we're looking. It's probably going to be 2 hours 33, which is not great, but you know, it's probably the best that you can do. I mean, you just said just now, didn't you? Realistically, anything under 2.5 is very, very difficult to achieve since COVID, unless you do it in the rush hour. Because someone did say, talking to a DLR member of staff, and it did say that if you did it in a rush hour, you might have a bit more luck because services are slightly more frequent in the rush hour. I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see the stopwatch. And we're finished. 2 hours 33 and 53 seconds. A bit longer than we hoped, but we've done it, which is a massive achievement. You're going to say, people are going to say, why are you at Canary Wharf? We're back at Canary Wharf. The reason for that is there was a bit of track we'd never done. There's a curve, for anyone who knows the DLR, there's a curved bit of track that you can only go on if you travel from Bank to Canary Wharf, which we've never been on. We'd done all the stations, but there was a bit of track we'd missed. And we love Canary Wharf because it's amazing. Thank you very much for watching the video. We just got one thing we are going to ask. Tristan's going to ask you to do it.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
If you could comment, like and subscribe, that would be great, to our page. Thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed our Docklands Light Railway 45 station challenge. If you do it yourself, what do you reckon, Tristan? Any tips for them if they do it?
Make sure that you don't forget to miss out West India Key.
Yeah, and also just have a plan. Make sure you have a plan. We did have a plan, and we couldn't have done it any better, really. There's nothing we really did wrong. We had a plan, but as I said earlier on in the video, it's harder to achieve now because there's less trains than there were sort of pre-COVID. So it's harder to achieve now. We've done our best and we enjoyed it. So thanks again for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye for now.
Bye.